Hey guys, Button25 here, playing FSX once again. Today, we will be flying an Iberia my brain does not work today, A340 from Madrid to Heathrow. This is an actual route operated by Iberia with this aircraft. I know because I just checked on flight radar. Just to be safe, I'm actually going to... Oh, never mind then, it's just going to continuously ignite the engines then. There, so that one's on. So that one's about to start spinning. Yep. And speed is going to be 340. Or 240, sorry, no. Switch over to GPS mode. Let's get altitude hold, nav hold, and that stuff set. Let's look up here. Which one do I need to turn on? Seat belts, no smoking. Nav and logo. No strobe, I won't. Wing, I will. Okay, now let's... Okay, so that's the runway, so I want shift and release the brakes. As you can see, this is the Aerosoft text, Aerosoft scenery for air traffic. Yeah, that might be a glitch. Is that these aircraft might clip? For example, as you know, some of these are fine. However, there are some, Air France, Spanair, these type of aircraft might clip. GPS. Oh, here we've got two Pacificas there. Are they planning on a simultaneous departure? Yeah, I should probably be focusing on my aircraft rather than their aircraft. And I have a feeling this is where Iberia actually flies from with these aircraft. Because I'm pretty sure that's meant to be an A340. It's a horrible one, but then again, it's just static. Flaps 2 for takeoff. Actually, no, flaps 1 should do. Flaps 1. El Al. For those of you who aren't familiar, that's the Israeli airline. I think Israeli is the proper term. No, somebody from Israel. They're Israeli. Yeah? Well, am I correct with that? I don't know. Israel is not one of the places where I get many views from, I don't think. I probably do have views. I do have a few views from Israel, but then again, I have a few views from almost everywhere. Yeah, we're not going to attempt taking off on that runway, as that runway appears rather short. Actually, let's just set the park brakes here. Mass yoke off. Yeah, it seems all of these runways have approximately the same length. So I'm just going to attempt taking off on this one. Or not. I think... Well, I think the Boeing should be able to... I think the Boeing 737 should be able to clear the runway by the time I get there. Hey, we're inside the terminal. Anybody see Tom Hanks? Aeropuerto de Madrid Barajas. I think I pronounced that correctly, however I may have just butchered the... Yeah, I'm actually going to go with flaps 2. And we're taking off on this runway here. Yeah, Aerosoft should really make an A340. They're making an A330, which I cannot bloody wait for. Well, actually, yes, I can wait for it, as I have been waiting for it for a while. Well, since Igor told me that it's a thing. Shut up! Because in all honesty, for me it's quite difficult to get used to new things. However, here since I'm already quite familiar with their A320, so if they do what Airbus actually did, it should make it easier. It should make it fairly easy for me to fly. Because Airbus, they wanted to have kind of as little kind of training between the aircraft as possible. Yep, we're giving her full power.
Approaching 36 right on taxiway.
No, we're not. Yeah, let's hope that those 4 large engines allow us to get up to takeoff speed fairly quickly, as we aren't in the best position. Well, actually, no. Maybe I underestimated this aircraft. Or overestimated, depending on how you look at it. Actually, no. I think we're going to be cutting it fairly thin. Anyway. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. I'm trimming up meanwhile. Judging by the fact that I didn't see puppies on the other side, I'm presuming this is how they have to approach. Flaps up. Oh, we're over speeding technically. Autopilot, auto throttle, speed, hold. There you go. Yeah, I think this only models the airport. Not much of the surroundings. Because I'm going to pause the video here and I'll see you guys as we begin our approach into Heathrow. See you then. Okay guys, we're beginning our approach into Heathrow by descending the flight level 290. Negative 3000 FPM. Speed, we can go back up to 290. Also, you will see some shaking. Usually that happens when the aircraft is over speeding. Just want just to be safe. I'm giving this thing a bit of the spoilers. That's kind of a weird thing on top of the Thomas Ruth. A340 is kind of a clear bit. I think it also exists on the it's A330 as well. I would tell you what other aircraft use this engine, but I don't know. Well, there's the Isle of Wight. Not to be confused with the Isle of Man, even though it's fairly difficult to confuse, but I don't care, people do. Yep, there's Guernsey, I think, and then that's Jersey, I think. Maybe I've got that completely wrong and it's the other way around, but you get what I'm saying. Miguel Servet. I don't know. And also, fun fact, for those of you who don't really follow airlines, Iberia and British Airways, to an extent, kind of combined to form IAG, I think it's called. Oh, for fuck's sake, the internet is working fine. Just give me a moment. Okay, hopefully that will go away. But Iberia and British Airways are now... I'm not sure how this works, but they're connected in IAG, International Airlines Group, which has bought 98% of all the shares in Aer Lingus. So they're also basically the owners of Aer Lingus as well. Mostly, the other 2% is just, just people who have shares in Aer Lingus. I was surprised when I saw this aircraft, an A340 flying, not even A340, an A340 300 flying on this route. That surprised me. We're going to switch over to London Centre, so I'm going to acknowledge that as soon as I get the option to. Oh yeah, some of you may not have heard of this because this happened, I think, quite a while ago. I think almost a year ago, or maybe even more. You know the way Airsoft, I think most of you know the way Airsoft is making an A330. Well, another company, I think it's called Black Box Productions or something like that, or Black Box something. Actually, I'm not sure what they said to Airsoft. Black Box also made an A330 and an A340 as well, however, I think those are only for crying out loud. At least level off. 190. Gladly. And I'm not sure exactly what they said, but they said some I think some unfair criticism. That was what was the problem. Well, towards about or towards, I'm not sure what to say, the Airsoft team, and don't quote me on this, but they may have said that Airsoft is plagiarizing, or that it's not that great, or so on and so forth. And I think they made some pretty powerful enemies, or pretty powerful foes with that comment. Alright, I'm going to get... well, trim the frick down. Now I'll put it on. I was going to make the same mistake because it's going to pull up too much. Watch. No, not. Well, you can see it's the kind of the wobbling, the oscillation. Nose rises, nose falls, nose rises, nose falls. That. So we'll be landing at Heathrow. I'm not sure which runway though. Originally, fun fact for those of you who didn't know, Heathrow almost had a kind of like a Star of David type runway configuration. There was like a runway here, I think, a runway down here, a runway here, a runway here, a runway here, a runway here, which basically created a Star of David configuration. So 6 runways altogether. Now there are 2. They extended this one and this one out to form the modern runways. We've got another minute and 20 seconds approximately to go. We're still not even over the coast of the UK, however, it's fairly cloudy. Let's hope that won't impair our visual. So basically I hope that we'll still be able to see the runway clearly. What does that say? Líneas Aéreas de España. Presuming that means the airline of Spain or something along those lines. Yeah, I have a feeling this is going to be a night landing. For I think only very few of these aircraft were built. Like somewhere between 400 and 140. Which is not a lot considering the 747, I think, not 747, 737 has over, I think it has over, no, I think it's, no, it was, actually, no clue, actually. The 737 is the most sold airliner in the world. It has the most everything. Well, you know, it's the airliner that flies, let's put it this way, almost every airline, every major airline has at some stage had a 737 in their fleet. with very few exceptions. Really, very few. I honestly can't think of an airline that has not operated a 737. KLM, they still do. British Airways, not sure if they still do, but they definitely did. Iberia, actually, not sure about that, but I think they do. Not sure if I mentioned KLM, but they do. Maldives did, Aer Lingus did, Ryanair. That's all they have in their fleet. I think you get the point. Did I miss a handoff or anything? No, looks of things. Everything still looks normal. Yeah, you can see the trim wheel just. Oh, I should probably pull this in, shouldn't I? What air traffic do we have? We've got right, set speed. Oh, hey, we've got that 747. Oh, like, oh, there's a 747 nearby. I wonder where it is. There. Where is that 747? I cannot figure out what airline that is, though. Just give me a moment here. World travel. It's a world travel. Okay, so we have to... Well, first off, I'm just going to set up the descent. This is kind of confusing sometimes when you have to adjust so many things at once. What is it? Heading 085. Oh, is it not? Oh, come on. I was hoping it wouldn't do that again. I'm turning you, asshole. Let's see how powerful is this thing's rudder. I don't know, right? I think we're going to have to wait for this thing to finish turning. ECLZ, LCZ, what LZ, LC, difference. I'm sorry, I'm going to do some time acceleration here. You know, the sun is setting behind us here. There's Heathrow. Acknowledge that. That's 060. I would there we go. Tune Shoreham, contact Shoreham. Yeah, we're kind of breaking the rules here, but there's nothing I can really do about it. So, quick question. Why is there basically like the trigger thing at the back of that joystick? I don't really see a point. No. Acknowledge that, turn to heading 55. Oh yeah, don't forget landing lights on below 10,000 feet. And it is also dark, well, it's approaching night. Just go into top-down view for a moment. What was with that complicated choreography? Right, sim right, go back up to 4 times speed because I thought we'd be near to Heathrow. But evidently we are not. air traffic. Right engine view. Shouldn't it be right engines, plural? Contact Gatwick. We're not approaching Gatwick. Okay, now we're going to tune over to Gatwick. Contact them. 3019. That. Yeah, sure. Everything's fine. You can see there is a bit of kind of nose up, nose down oscillation, but that's fairly slow. Yeah, you can see this also has the kind of sliding table, I think it's called, or tray table, basically the same thing. EGKK. I have no idea what airport that is. At first I thought maybe it's Farnborough, but that's definitely not Farnborough. That's not the runway they had. Farnborough has. Port traffic. Damn it. Just let me do the thing. Sim rate. Normal. Unpause. Report the bloody traffic in sight. So wait, I want to turn to heading 030. Tune begin approach, contact begin approach. Bombardier PFL. What is with these pressure differences? Seriously. Heading 360. So basically just 0. Acknowledge. So basically we're heading due north. North. This could be Farnborough. I don't know if it is. It could be. What's that aircraft directly in front of us? There is an aircraft there, you can just see from the lights. There's a Cessna Skyhawk. I thought for a second the lighting was... Oh, it is glitching, it's only showing up next to the aircraft, not the cloud. Zuh. Flying through the clouds. Oh, that Cessna's higher than we are. Wait, is that a different aircraft? Yeah, London traffic. It's quite a bit hectic. Yeah, I think this is Farnborough. There's Heathrow, so they should be telling us to turn. Yeah, I think we've got that Skyhawk approaching Farnborough. Pause. You're 24 miles east. That's our cue to be in our approach. Turn left. 295. Descend and maintain 2000. 500. Acknowledge. 140 knots. Tune Heathrow. Inbound ILS runway something or other approach. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't really... Runway 3021. Don't know if that was what was set, but it is set now. We are losing speed quicker than we should be. I mean, seriously, that plane, if you look at it from here, it looks like it's falling out of the sky. Sure, acknowledge pattern.
2500.
Acknowledge pattern entry. Spoilers should be retracted. You should go away. Right. Flaps 1. 27 right, so that's the one over there, following the Learjet basically. Or if this thing would slow down, I would proceed. Oh. No, I'm going to keep extending the flaps. Yeah, I've set flaps to full at this point. Meanwhile, if you look to our right, we can see London City Airport, which may be kind of one of the worst places to have an airport. I would still want to fly there just for the sake of the approach. Are we doing that? Well, gear down. Did the autopilot disengage or something? Or is the aircraft just incapable of maintaining altitude? Like, is that this thing stalled? The engines are spooling. Are you fucking kidding me? Climb, you idiot. Climb. Don't mind the fact that we're going completely insane. And seriously, when I need to take over control of the throttle, that's not a good sign. First off, because I'm... Now, see, occasionally I need to actually give the engine more power. What is this thing's approach speed? Seriously. You know, let's set speed 150 auto throttle speed hold. And hopefully it won't go below the speed it's meant to. See, why does this thing think that it needs to start approaching? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's descending. Its rate of descent. Well, screw you. My aircraft. Well, this thing is fairly nimble for, you know, its size. So looking along the Thames, I'm not familiar with most of these buildings. Most of them I know are generic. Okay, that's St. Paul's. I'm presuming that in front of it is some kind of art gallery. There's the stumps of some bridges. Okay, we're about to bloody stall. Oh, is that Big Ben? Oh, that is Big Ben. House of Parliament, Westminster, all that good stuff. Or, not necessarily good stuff. The Gherkin, Tower Bridge. The Tower of London isn't... There's the Tower of London. The thing I mentioned, the Gherkin, St. Paul's, London Eye, yada yada, boom boom. Yeah, I'm, at this point, in full control of the aircraft. Told you that would be a bad idea. Told you that would not end well. Are you kidding me? We're stalling. There you go. Well, but you may notice this thing does not have separate high-speed and low-speed ailerons. It only has one set of ailerons. Those are most comparable to low-speed ailerons. Well, actually, no, those ailerons are spinning too. I don't know. Hey, Airbus. Ah, no, they did. Never mind, I was about to say you could get more lift if you just angle those downward a bit. That usually... Once we have that loss of speed, a loss of altitude, that means we're losing speed quite aggressively. Trim down. Just keep flying along here. Hopefully not stalling. However, we are kind of flying in bursts of, you know, suddenly we're moving quickly, suddenly we're flying slower. You know what I'm saying? And just make small turns here. Follow the aircraft on the runway. Hopefully he'll clear. Hopefully he won't be on the runway and I won't have to worry about him by that point. Sure. Acknowledge landing clearance, I guess. I think there might have been another runway there at some stage, just judging by the shape there. No clue though. A while ago there were plans to build a third runway for Heathrow, however the locals opposed it because it would require flattening a village. Then they're like, okay then, we're going to extend it over there where there are only a few reservoirs. I think I said that correctly. And they're like, no, because of CO2 emissions and all that.
1,000.
My response is, in all honesty, per person, it's less emission than your fucking car. Overall, yeah, sure, maybe, but it's still one of the most
Approaching 27 right.
fuel-efficient ways to travel is by aircraft. It's like an A320. I think it only burns like 1
500.
pound of fuel per like. I'm honestly I don't remember. I don't remember the exact figures, but it's very little. There we go. Is that an embankment there?
Approaching minimums.
Oh no, we're a bit too low here.
Minimums.
I thought there's just these lights in the middle of the bloody car park. Like, seriously, are you sure that was a good idea, whoever designed
100.
Heathrow?
50.
Yeah, that's
40.
going again.
30. 20. 10. 10.
Oh, it was smooth enough, I think. Well, we're down. Thank goodness for Heathrow's long runaway. Reversers have been stowed, spoilers stowed, flaps up, turn next taxi. No, we're going to keep on going for a bit. Right, the flaps are coming up, yes? Can we make this? No. No, not worth it. Not worth the risk. Yeah, we'll park there. I think that should be able to handle this aircraft. Yeah, there's 747 over there. There's the control tower. Yeah, I'll exit the runway. Oh, there's a CRJ. Oh, it's 8 nautical miles. Yeah. By the time that thing gets on short final, we'll be fine. I mean, we're basically off the runway at this point. So he could land. And first off, he would probably stop, because he's a small aircraft, before the point where we are at the moment. Contact. Yeah, sure, I'll contact them. Yeah, we're kind of drifting off slightly. Acknowledge the ground handoff. And I think the sun just set, so. Iberia 6852, tune Heathrow ground. Heavy, taxi to the gate. Yeah, if you could just give me a gate number. 456 via taxiway. Echo, Bravo, Foxtrot, Bravo, Romeo, N5WS5WW. A whiskey. Acknowledge. Oh well, they're telling me to go to the other side of the air. Well, I'm going to do it. I will take a bit of a shortcut, because I... What is it with... You know, sometimes that happens with Thomas Ruth aircraft, is they just stubbornly refuse to turn. This is why you can see me doing this every now and then. See? Sometimes I just need to wait a bit, give it a kick. I love how there's basically almost a jetway to the control tower. So it's in the middle of the apron. That is the term. And they couldn't exactly shut down the apron. That was a challenge. They couldn't shut down the apron. For, if you think about fairly obvious reasons, Heathrow is one of the busiest airports in the world. Heathrow is more of a connecting airport, if you know what I mean. I mean, people from London who are flying abroad do tend to use Heathrow. However, it's also used by quite a few people who are connecting. I think that's probably the older terminal over there. I'm curious as to why there are twin jetways here, in all honesty. These do not look like large gates. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to slew
On
over those.
taxiway.
Nope.
On taxiway.
Nope.
Approaching. 27 left. On taxiway. On taxiway. On taxiway.
Oh yeah, this does have
on
one of those things.
taxiway.
I like them. I'll show you what I mean. So enough, right. So we're going to move forward slowly. Well, that means we're getting closer. Everyone, and brake. Brake. Parking brake. Set. I wonder if we can... That's where things we should park, you know. Mean yet. Alright, shut down the engines and we'll be done. I'll also turn off the lights. So yes, that was a flight from Madrid to Heathrow with an Iberia A340. I'm Boston 25. Goodbye.